It's something we just did. I don't. Nothing can be foreseen. Um, with John playing with him, he invited me to give him a hand with some material that he had some ideas. I mean, when you see with a little spiral back notebook that he had, which was it was like a little tiny black book like this, but it was yellow. And I remember this so well because I said, "What is in that?" I thought, "Oh, he had some music and he wanted me to play." Huh. He says, "I'm okay. What do you think about this?" And he started playing. He said, "What could we put? What could you put behind this line?" And so we started playing. He didn't even count off. He just boom, and it just sort of started to fall. He said, "Okay, now where we go from here?" And once these little modules started to connect, we had a groove that cut right straight through. And so he'd go back and he'd remember. We go back
But that it all
about
started
10
off
days.
just you and John, wasn't it? It was just you and
That
John.
was us in duet for about 10 days. And then within that 10-day period, towards the end of the 10 days, Jerry Goodman showed up. And then Jan Hammer showed up. And then Rick came finally. And so remembering all of that, carrying those lessons around for the rest of my life, it was easy to just lay things down. And the first, how can I say, lesson or idea to present is one of stability. If it's going to be a shuffle, and as long as that stayed stable, there were a lot of different things that could happen on it. And we were at a point in time where all those patterns were repetitive. So people got used to this odd kind of feeling that we're in our environment in which we work. And that's what set us off from a lot of other artists, where in some instances we were opening, let's say, for a real pop star kind of guy, I forget, and he was a closing act at the Beacon Theater in New York. And in the middle of us and them, we had the opening act and he's the end act. Of all bands to have, the promoters had hired the Cannonball Adderley Quintet to play after Mahavishnu. No one's taking into consideration because they just see the money, just the dollar signs. Cannonball, even this is with George Duke
Yeah, I was going to ask
and
you.
and it's band's great, but it's a different kind of personality, man. And so you don't put them after us. But I mean, when we finished playing, everybody left, and we had two shows to do.
Yeah.
And there was a line waiting outside, and we was supposedly were just the opening act. Well, as it turned out, this next show, um, they came on before us, and so did the lead act, whomever it was. And he wouldn't touch anything until he got it out of the way because he wanted to be in the audience so he could hear what we were doing.